All right, Ms. Wilshire, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. I see that you're also charged with failure to comply with the duty and striking an unattended vehicle as well. You're also facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine on that one as well. Okay.
On October 31st of 2024, officers received a call for service regarding an intoxicated female driving a white BMW that hit several vehicles on a public roadway. Upon arrival, officer made contact with the wheel witness, who advised that the defendant hit a Subaru on the 11700 block of Idlebrook in Harris County, Texas. Officers searched the license plate on the defendant's vehicle and it went to the registered owner's address. Upon arriving at the residence, officer observed a white BMW matching the description and noticed fresh damage on the front passenger side of the vehicle. Officer made contact with the defendant's wife, who stated the last person operating the motor vehicle was the defendant. Upon contact with the defendant, she admitted to hitting a vehicle. HGN was attempted, but the defendant was unable to follow simple directions and the officer was unable to get accurate results, and the defendant refused other SFSTs. DICs were read but refused and a blood warrant was signed and executed. Officers made contact with the complainant, the owner of the hit motor vehicle, whose back bumper has been scratched and detached from the car as a result of the collision. No prior criminal history, judge, and eligible driver's license.
How do you know it was her that was driving?
The license plate matched the one that
Yeah, I understand. Do we have anyone that puts her in the car driving?
the witness, judge,
Actually sees it's her?
no, but the witness sees the license plate and gets a description of the vehicle, and when officers searched the license plate, it went to their address.
I know it's her car, but do
Yes.
you have anyone that identifies her as a driver? Number one, they get her at the house. How do we know she's not consuming alcohol right when she gets to the house? She doesn't become DWI, or she's not drinking at the house. There's a lot of issues. Yeah,
You might give me a couple moments and we'll
Take your time.
Look at that.
you want to come back a little bit later? You want like 10 minutes?
Even less, Judge. I'm just going to check the office report and see what I
Okay,
got.
yeah.
5 is okay. Thank you, Judge.
You've got A, you've got C, but you don't have B yet.
Yes,
you know?
judge, no, we understand.
So I have several issues with this, Michael. First off, how do you prove it was her driving? Number one. Number two, how do we?
Now, this is where the case gets interesting. The judge is questioning two critical things. First, can the prosecution actually prove she was the person driving? And second, can they prove she was intoxicated at the exact time she was behind the wheel? Remember, this is only a probable cause hearing, not a final guilty verdict. But if the evidence doesn't connect those dots, the entire case can become a lot harder to prove. What do you think? Are the witness statements enough to establish probable cause?
The highway.
Okay.
And she admits, I'm sorry, she first admits that she was driving and drinking, but she did not admit to striking somebody on the highway. Later on, when she gets to JPC, she admits, okay, I was drinking, but I didn't strike somebody on the highway. So she has multiple inconsistent statements. First, she says, yes, I struck somebody, but I wasn't drinking. Then she goes to JPC and then she says, right before they do the blood draw, because she declines the breath test and they say, okay, we're going to get a warrant. We're going to get your blood anyways and know your alcohol content. She says, okay, well, I was drinking, but I didn't strike somebody on the highway. And I wasn't driving.
Okay.
But the witness identifies.
The failure, right, to the FSGI.
She admits to drinking, Judge, while driving.
That in and of itself is not sufficient. You know, at the time, we don't know. Does she have bloodshot eyes, slurred speech? Do we know? All we have is just one admission of drinking. That's it.
So one of the witnesses, Judge, that observed her strike the vehicle, because they did observe her in the vehicle after the strike before she left. She states in a voluntary statement, older white lady in BMW, acting crazy, rear ends a Subaru, got out of the car, slurring her speech, barefoot, stating she was
That's
trying to
different.
get home.
You give me any indication that she
Yes, Judge.
leads you
Yes, Judge.
just to believe that she's intoxicated, that you have objective facts That's something else.
The written statement in the offense report, judge, from a witness.
Counsel, did you want to state anything?
No, one judge.
Did you want to say anything?
No, Judge, I mean, I just agree with you. I think it's hard, again, put her behind the vehicle. They say they have a witness. The witness never really ID'd her, gave her just kind of a description, but didn't really ID and say, the officer never brought her to the scene. That's the person or anything like that.
Two different admissions, though. That's how we connect that, right? And then my other concern was whether she was intoxicated, right? Because we have a disconnect there, but we have witnesses that see her in a certain way that will lead us to believe as to why. So, all right.
She's going to dispute that she admitted.
Sure.
Judge, but still, I
This
understand.
is just a mere probable cause hearing, right? Just to determine whether there's enough to go forward. It by no means does it mean that you're guilty, just enough to go forward. Is it enough?
Here comes the key legal distinction. The judge is making it clear that probable cause is a much lower standard than proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. At this stage, the court is simply asking whether there is enough evidence for the case to move forward. The judge isn't deciding guilt today, and the defense still has the opportunity to challenge the evidence later. So the big question becomes, will the dashcam, video footage, and other evidence ultimately support the prosecution's story?
Alcohol or any illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
Michael, do you see any prior DWIs?
Checking now, Judge.
Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your
Yes.
name? Okay. As long as you have both, you can continue to drive. But like I said, no alcohol, no illegal drugs.
She's got no criminal history, Judge, and her
Okay.
driver's license is currently eligible.
All right. So for now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, we will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with counsel and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. So don't pick up any new cases. Don't use, stay in touch with counsel and we're good. Give me questions. All right. We'll have you sign a wreath of Victoria. We'll have you get with pretrial and then you're free to go after that.
Can I
Thank you,
may say
Judge.
one thing? I like your jacket.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
You are a licensed truck driver and have a CDL. You allegedly have alcohol in the car. You are held to a higher standard because you have a CDL. In fact, your breath tests are even lower than what a normal person is because of a CDL. And now you want me to just cut you some slack? Every person that comes in here, when they have alcohol in the car, I take away their ability to drive. Actions have consequences, and I understand that this is going to cost you big, but am I supposed to feel bad? Until I truly know that you appreciate the fact that the awesome privilege it is to be able to drive. I'm sorry. Show me that you understand and that you appreciate the ability to drive, and then I'll reconsider. But I have a real problem considering even that you have a CDL, you have alcohol in the car allegedly while you're driving. No. Take a seat for me. Show me some time that he appreciates it and not this, oh, I feel better now. I'm like, no. Proactivity that he appreciates it. Come back and we can talk.
Yes, sir.
It's not a hard line and I'm not, we're not out for blood forever. It's just, I want to know that he appreciates it. It's not going to be an issue ever again. And then,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Thank you, Judge.
for sure.
All right, Judge.
All right. Good morning. Are you familiar with what happened? Do you know anything about this case? First off, let me say, thank you for coming. I appreciate that you're here. He's charged with driving while intoxicated. He's facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We've done probable cause. I have found that probable cause exists. Do you want to hear it? Okay. Do you mind again, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thanks.
On October 21st of 2024, at about 11:23 p.m., officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it to be traveling 35 miles per hour in the center lane of the freeway in Harris County, Texas, failed to maintain a single lane of traffic upon exiting the freeway, and driving with expired registration. Upon contact, officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. officers observed a very strong odor of marijuana to be coming from the vehicle and saw a partially smoked marijuana joint on the center console. Officers observed the defendant to have red glossy eyes and dilated pupils. SFSTs were conducted, 0 out of 6 HGN, but officer believed the defendant to show a lack of convergence, which is indicative of cannabis usage, 5 out of 8 walk and turn, and 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were
And now we have a completely different situation. The court says the breath test came back at 0, but the officer is pointing to other signs of possible marijuana impairment, like the odor, the suspected joint, glossy eyes, and field sobriety test results. That creates a major legal question. Can someone be impaired by drugs even when their alcohol test is completely clean? The judge is also imposing strict bond conditions, including drug testing and restrictions on driving. Do you think these conditions are reasonable, given the allegations?
Your life ahead of you, you are doing nothing at this point when you should be at a minimum in high school trying to get your degree. I'm now also making that a condition of your bond. You are to get back into high school or get your GED. And I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done to start that. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. Do you understand, Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, sir.
He lives with you.
He actually does. He actually lives with me now, but he just got here like 2 weeks, like maybe a couple weeks ago. So he's been living with his grandparents out of Victoria.
Okay.
He's not even from there.
Is he behaving with you? Okay.
The whole point has been kind of like a problem with him living down there. So that's why I got him and try to get him.
Has he been having a lot of issues down there?
Not that I know of. I don't know of the issues down there. I'm just becoming aware. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like connected and trying to make everything right now.
This is not a good way to start through your life. You look high as hell right now, Mr. Cuellar. I mean,